Thousands of years ago, Father Satan, also known as the god Enki, established the Brotherhood of the Serpent, or the Brotherhood of the Snake. And that was the original church. And what it was for was because human beings were denied immortality by the enemy gods. He established this to prepare us for the afterlife and the cycles of reincarnation and how to empower ourselves to get out of it. And this was the reason for religion. What we have today with Christianity, Buddhism, which is a corrupted form of spirituality, Christianity has gotten into just about everything and corrupted it beyond belief. The original spirituality was learning about the soul, the different aspects of the soul, splitting the soul, putting the soul back together. Because in the afterlife, the soul can be split, as it's taken from the human body. Learning to astral project at will, because everyone goes on the astral when they die. Knowing and becoming familiar with the astral, visiting the astral and knowing what to expect prepares the human being and the human soul for death, and death is no longer feared. And what has happened is the Christian church, which is nothing more than a tool for removing knowledge and systematically torturing to death and mass murdering people who had this knowledge, this spiritual knowledge, has taken this knowledge and corrupted it beyond belief. The mudras were based upon the runes, and the runes was the original alphabet. It's based on the constellations, and each of the constellations has a specific power, and when meditated upon the shapes of the energy and the shape of the constellation, that power can be invoked and used. Like, say, someone wants money, or someone wants revenge, or someone wants to elevate themselves spiritually, someone wants to heal themselves, whatever. And Christianity is a tool, and has always been a tool, to remove this knowledge so humanity can be enslaved by a select few. And that's all it's ever been good for, is destroying the human soul and corrupting the spirit. And this is the reason why we have so many problems today. There's no respect for valuable life. There's no respect for anything. The earth is just coming apart. All spirituality has been lost and corrupted. The mudras, the shapes of the hands, have been corrupted where they put the palms together in prayer. That's really known as the Namaste mudra. Connects the circuits of energy within the fingers and the hands so that more power can be invoked. Same as is done as in the Joy of Satan, opening the chakras, the exercises, the awakening exercises are done with the mudras. That's the original Egyptian Kabbalah, which is of the Brotherhood of the Snake. True spirituality is supposed to be working with your soul, learning about your soul, and doing specific exercises and meditation to increase your power so that you can be reincarnated into a god and stop this vicious cycle of reincarnation where a person just comes back here and they don't remember anything that they've learned through all their past lives, and they begin at square one and they're nothing more than a victim. And we've all been made victims. And we're at the mercy of total materialism, which in truth is not of Satan. Satan is a balance between materialism and spirituality. And the Christian church is nothing more than materialism. And to create an effective distraction and diversion, they say that materialism is of the devil. So all the time the sheep are always looking and believing that the devil's total materialism when it's really them. Because everything the Christian church does and their cohorts, they blame on Satan as a distraction. The mantras which are chants, vibrations and chants of a specific tone that open and empower the human soul and also create energy that can be worked with either for invocation, evocation, and or directing it, have been corrupted with robotic prayers like the Hail Mary and the Our Father, which are just meaningless smut. This is just one reason why Satan is so angry. And the Christian church, all of them, doesn't matter whether they're Catholic, Protestant, or whatever, all have one agenda, and that is to enslave you spiritually. Take your money and make you pay for your own damnation. They take your money and give you more problems for your money. And it's the most wealthy and powerful institution on the face of this earth, and its stranglehold needs to be broken completely, permanently, and they need to be annihilated off the face of this earth. What they have done is horrendous. Each and every one of us is affected. Just my knowing astrology. I'm a professional astrologer. I've been an astrologer for well over 30 years, and I've read some 10,000 astrology charts. Even when I was an atheist for over 15 years, astrology helped me because I understood the influences in my life, and even at sometimes as a human being, especially when an atheist, I was powerless. At least I understood what was happening, and I understood when it would be over with. People are basically lost. They're going through bad times a lot of times, and they don't even know why. 9 times out of 10, it's a bad Saturn transit. Satan has the power to channel the energies of these bad transits into something more positive, or at least something tolerable. But the lack of knowledge, just astrology alone. And astrology was a very, very important part of learning in these ancient original churches. People learned the stars, how to work with the stars in their lives, learn their own birth charts. A psychiatrist can sit down and have someone's astrology chart and analyze them inside of 15 minutes instead of taking years and years of psychotherapy and all kinds of hundreds and hundreds of dollars for some of these poor people. Doctors can do the same thing and diagnose certain things, physicians, with looking at someone's chart and seeing where they're vulnerable physically. Different health problems. Like people that have a powerful Mars can have problems with fevers or areas of the head, the brain, headaches, migraines, that sort of thing. And it's really sad that this knowledge is taken out of circulation. The same thing goes for palmistry. I've read hundreds of palms, and this has also helped me in analyzing people. Like people that have knotted fingers, they're perfectionists, most of them. People with small fingernails have a tendency towards irritability. People with long fingers, more intellectual, and like to live inside their head. And you can look at someone's hand, you can see their future. And palmistry also has a strong connection with the mudras because of the mounts of the hand, like the mount of Venus beneath the thumb. That's your money mount. And if you learn your planets, you learn your chakras, and you learn palmistry, astrology, and all of this, you can work magic by getting everything to work for you at the time of your ritual. Numerology is another one. And there's the junk in the bookstores and that they have out, that so much of that's been taken out of knowledge because you start getting into stuff that's real heavy with numerology, like the 9/11 incident. And anyone who wants to look up the numerology of the 9/11 incident on the internet is free to do so, and you're going to see some powerful numerology and just how this has been abused. But the original churches were what taught all of this. The Brotherhood of the Serpent, and it got corrupted. Each and every one of us would be able to heal ourselves, we wouldn't need to use all this extensive birth control and the problem back and forth of this abortion, people pro, people against, whatever. And all of these problems that we have could be very easily eliminated if we had the knowledge. And Christianity has done nothing more than take that knowledge out of circulation, destroy every remnant of it that they could. And certain texts that weren't destroyed, they're in the Vatican vaults. And very few have access to those vaults, not even the top cardinals, just a select few. Because it's all a lie. And the people that had this knowledge, like the Druids and the ancient pagan priests, were murdered and slaughtered. And then, you know about the witch trials. Anyone who had any knowledge were working magic, empowering their soul, or using their mind was systematically murdered by the Inquisition and deemed a heretic. Demons can work with us in bringing us this knowledge, but it's important that we all meditate on a regular basis and acknowledge the fact that we do have a soul, and within that soul we do have power. But it takes a lot of hard work because so much has been taken from us. And the atrophy of the soul has been generational, unfortunately. We've lost these abilities through centuries and centuries of Christianity and Christian oppression. And it's important to work with these powers. But that's what a real church should be. And these Christians are punished. They walk around the more advanced stages of Christianity, and they have this pasty smile. You know, everyone's familiar with that silly, stupid-looking Christian smiley mask. And the Christians themselves, because they're so steeped in lies, they believe nothing but lies. They're so sure, they just know, and it's nothing but lies. Their entire life is a lie. They live for a lie, and they worship a lie. They begin to look like the lie. And they take on this stupid, silly, artificial appearance with this artificial smile. And that's why they look the way they do. It's just like in palmistry. What's in the soul comes out through the hands. What's in the Christian soul comes out through the entire body, and they get to be like a robotic, pasty entity, like an empty shell. Hail Satan. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.